Saya Siti Hajar Binti Abdul Wahab.
Hi, my name is Arifah Arina.
Hi everyone, my name is Hasanul Nura Adila.
Hi, my name is Nurul Najwa binti Jauhari. First, definition of perception. Definition of perception is a process which involves classifying, interpreting, giving meaning to what is happening around us as well as what we see. Process of perception involves three steps, which is information, perception process, and response. It is important to understanding the perceptual process, as most people do not see reality. They view reality as how we interpret it to be based on our interpretation. Okay, as you know, we are surrounded by a lot of information, surrounded by all over around us, and at times there is an overload of information. Hence, we only pay attention to the targets of objects that catch our attention. Later, we group the information into recognizable patterns that provide us meaning. Then, we interpret the information and store this in our memory. The information is later retrieved to assign meaning it to be by creating and understanding of the information.
I will be explaining perceptual distortions. So you may ask, what is perceptual distortion? Perceptual distortions is a process where people use shortcuts to give meanings to targets or objects. In simple words, common shortcuts are used by us to categorize perceptions. So now we are going to take a look at the common shortcuts. So the first common shortcut is selective perception. So selective perception is the tendency to focus on one aspect and ignoring the other aspects. I'm going to give you an example. Say we go into a supermarket and we only go for the brand that we are already familiar with. We ignore the rest, so that is selective perception. So the second common shortcut is called the halo effect. So the halo effect is a tendency to draw a general impression based on a single characteristic. This is because one characteristic overshadows the others. So I'm going to give you an example. Say a HR executive failed to select the most promising candidate because he was attracted to a female candidate. And a month into the job, it was noticeable that the female candidate could not speak fluently in English. So the third common shortcut is called similar to me effects, or in other name, it is called projections. Okay, so projections is the tendency for people to perceive others similar to themselves favorably as compared to individuals who are less similar to themselves. So the example for this is the manager of sales department is committed towards the organization for the past 12 years. He became a clerical assistant after diploma and was promoted to managerial position after the 4th year. Due to his achievement, he believes that all diploma graduates from his university will be as successful as him. So the fourth common shortcut is called first impression errors. So the name speaks for itself. The definition for first impression errors is to judge others based on initial judgment. The other name for first impression error is called primary effect error. It should be avoided by supervisors and managers who make decisions on delegation of workload. So the fifth common shortcut is called stereotypes. So stereotypes is the assumption that all members of a group behave the same way and have the same characteristics. So the example for this is, we think all graduates from abroad are better than local graduates in terms of language proficiency and communication skills. These assumptions help make decisions quickly. Last but not least, the last common shortcut is called contrast effects. So contrast effects is the tendency where we evaluate and compare one situation to another that has happened before. So let me give you an example. The example is students of Arabic faculty is required to communicate with peers in Arabic. Students form two groups for a role play. Group 2 was given low assessment due to less fluent members in the group compared to in group 1. So that is the example for contrast effects. I hope everybody gets to take something from what I just told you guys. So these are all of the common shortcuts that are used in perceptual distortion.
The first point is perceivers. A perceiver is the individual who forms the perception in question. Each individual is unique in terms of characteristics. This leads to different interpretations and meanings when different individuals see and encounter the same thing. For example, a person who believes that singing is a boring activity will avoid and ignore the activity. However, for an individual who loves singing, obtaining gold medal in singing competition would be great source and motivation to train harder and work on his or her skill more. For example, in situation 1, where Wawa Jena believed that singing is boring activity, so she avoided to sing. However, in situation 2, Nilofa got a gold medal in singing competition because she has skills in singing and she loves to sing. And the last situation is where a lecturer who dislikes Sophia, one of her students, who arrives late to the class even if it is merely a 5 minutes delay. Next, the second point is targets or objects. Are the characteristics that affect perception are motion, sound, background, proximity, as well as the similarity of the target. For example, in this situation, Ahmad is the fattest boy in the class. And the other student perception toward Ahmad is Ahmad eat a lot and lack of exercises. That is the one of the example of targets or object. Example for targets and object is Siti classmate perception towards her. Siti loves to eat more and lack of exercise, and that's why she is the fattest girl in the class. And the last point of factors influencing perception is situation. The situation will be the context in which we see the target or object or experience the event. For instance, it is considered the norm to see the male Muslim dress in robes, jubah, and school caps, kopiah at the most. The first situation is considered the norm to see male Muslim dress in jubah at the mosque. And the second situation, when the same men were to be seen at hotel, they may be perceived as officer on a mission to raid the premise.
Siti went to the manager's room. The manager, Puan Lela, asked Siti to collect and submit the report this Friday. On Friday, she wanted to collect the report from her colleagues, but Hana and Erin just ignored her. Jane pretends that she didn't see her and continues dreaming to be an Insta-famous, while Hannah continues playing with the games. In this situation, Puan Lela should not make any negative assumption when Siti is not able to submit the reports that Siti was supposed to collect from all other employees. Instead, Puan Lela should have a high level of awareness as it may due to the failure of the other employees in submitting their information. Nura was appointed as executive accountant in 2019. Before that, she was an account assistant for 7 years. Nura has grown to be a talented, hardworking, and workaholic. This makes Puan Lela think that this role is very suitable for her. Ever since she became an executive accountant and in charge in daily accounts operations of the company noticed the expenses of company has increased over the year while the profit are reduced significantly. The manager felt that something is not right. Therefore, the manager felt that she needs to do something and engage a person to investigate this matter. She later found out that payment received was not recorded. The payments was credited into Nura's accounts instead of company's accounts. Puan Lela was very upset and unfortunately, Nura has to be terminated. Based on this situation, we can see that before making decision, we need to seek and obtain information from as many sources as possible. This practice is necessary to confirm the accuracy of the information. Otherwise, we may be misled and end up making the wrong decisions. Being a single mom is not easy. Challenges of single parenting, especially being a single mother, are overwhelming and struggles with single parenting issues. This makes Sarah unintentionally coming into work late. Consequently, the boss has decided to penalize Sarah, who has always come late by cutting her salary. However, before deciding on this particular action, it will be wise for the boss to put herself in the Sarah's situation, seeing that it will add to the Sarah's burden since she is a single parent that will deal with financial issues. Sarah is walking with a guy towards a restaurant to have lunch. Suddenly, her colleagues saw her and the guy, and they start to speculate that the guy could be her new boyfriend or maybe someone special. They make a video record of that moment and intended to forward to other colleagues. Nura saw her colleagues trying to take the video of Sarah and the guy. As Nura is aware of the actual situation that the guy is actually just Sarah's client. Nura felt the responsibility to squash these rumors and advised Hannah and Erin to focus on work matters instead of non-productive and non-business related matters. Puan Lela are going to supermarket to buy her skincare since it is already out of stock. In the supermarket, Puan Lela tends to notice the brand of her skincare which she is familiar with. She keeps searching for Himalaya skincare brand while ignoring other skincare which are Innisfree, Safi and Garnier. This tendency to focus on a certain aspect while ignoring others is called as selective perception. Referring to this situation, Puan Lela tend to ignore other brands which are currently being introduced in the market, and this hinders Puan Lela from trying out new skincare.